Hello everyone, welcome to first class of CSAT. Myself Shashidhar, I am your CSAT faculty. I'll be taking your CSAT. Okay. So talking about CSAT, CSAT is one of the important subject for the your upcoming prelims. Okay. For prelims, if you're able to have you seen the paper also? So you know there are 80 questions that used to come in the CSAT, and about those 18 questions, each question carry 2.5 marks. So the total 200 marks the CSAT paper is there. Okay. So I'm your CSAT faculty. I will be taking your CSAT. Okay. So talking, let's the today is the first class for the CSAT, and today will be taking the introduction part of CSAT. How we have to approach CSAT, how we have to move ahead for CSAT, and how we have to go ahead for the preparation of CSAT in the upcoming for the CSE prelims. So let's start with the basic introduction for the CSAT, and we'll understand how we have to move ahead in CSAT. Okay. So this is the first class of the CSAT, and here we'll discussing for the introduction part. So we will have you everybody aware about there are 80 questions. Okay. So let me. So will this is the first class of the CSAT, and we'll discuss about CSAT. See, everybody aware there are around 80 questions. Okay, there are 80 questions. So there are 80 questions are there, and which carry a 200 marks. Which carry a 200 marks. Okay. So in 200 marks, if we understood to get through the prelims, the CSAT is one of the deciding factor. If you have seen the cutoff of the last 5 to 6 years, CSAT is one of the toughest to decide the whether you will be writing the mains in that year or not. As you if able to understand, in 2023 the cutoff was UPSC CSE was 75. Okay, even in 2024 it was like around 90, but in 2025 it was like a range of and in the range of uh, that only. Okay, so but if we understand more about the cutoff of the UP for the last 5 years, the CSAT is one of the deciding, that is the only deciding factor. I must say that is the only deciding factor for the CSE prelims. The in the CSAT that 67 marks is it is a cutthroat to secure 67 marks in examination. If we see in the 2023, if the cutoff was 75, it means what? Nobody, there are so many people who were not able to clear the prelims, the only because of CSAT. Like in the I have seen the so many toppers, so many people even they have the people who got not selected in that year, but they got selected in next year. The CSAT they have the CSAT, you will be lost your attempt, you will wasting your attempt if you're not able to clear the CSAT. Okay, so in the out of these 200 marks, you have to get through 67 marks at any cost. Okay, and if you I'm saying 67, getting a 67 is a very easy, but it is what it require a determination of a at least a 3-4 month preparation for the CSAT. See, if there are so many people coming from the arts background, so many people coming from the different commerce background or in different science background, but the CSAT is what it require a daily rigorously practice of for the CSAT. But the people, most of the people, what they does, they in the preparation they just start in horse manner. Horse manner is what? If when the prelims is in May, your prelims is in May, it is before the 2-3 months they start for the CSAT. But CSAT, if you start you have to practice a lot. You have to see the questions, how the questions are getting framed in the examination. So if you do these things regularly, it will be a doable thing. Okay. So that we have understood that in the CSAT there are 200 marks paper, and we have to get through 67. If you get through the 67, then only your paper 1 would be checked in for the examination. Okay, so that is the basic introduction for the CSAT part. Now we'll see how the questions, how we will approach, because this is the first class, and how I will approach with few people, and how we will go through the CSAT part. Okay, how you will be dealing the CSAT with me, and how I will approaching the CSAT in the next sessions, and in the next we'll take a couple of lectures in the CSAT for CSAT only. Okay. So talking about the CSAT, today we have an orientation session. Okay, we'll orientation session, and we'll discuss some number system part also if time get permits. So the blueprint, how we have to see. So there are 80 questions, as we know, as we discuss also, and 2.5 marks. Each question carry a 2.5 marks. Talking about these 2.5 marks, if we able to get understand that there is a 1/3 marks, a negative 1/3 is there. So which is 0.83. Okay, so 0.83 is your negative part, which include what, 2.5, like 0.833. So here the cutoff is 1/3. Okay, so at least like you need a minimum 33% to pass, which is 67 marks, and 27 will need correct. That is a like basic context of the for the CSAT part. Okay, for the CSAT preparation. So let's move ahead with the like how like in the basic timeline of the preparation and the CSAT, how it goes to with me, how will be dealing with the chapters in the classes. So the first thing we have to understand about the cutoff, how much you have to prepare for the examination. Because if we are preparing for any examination, whether we are preparing for CAT, we are preparing for the like for CSAT, for CSE, for any state services, for any government jobs, or for any JE or NEET, any preparation, we need to understand one thing, that we have to get through a minimum marks so that we can qualify. For example, in case of NEET, we need to score like 600 we should target. So here we have to target a minimum to get more than 80. See, the cutoff is 67, it is fixed, but we have to be make sure that at least we are securing around 80 marks in the examination. Okay, so at least if we target about 80 marks, if we target about 80 marks, so we can easily score 80 marks. So if we target about 80 marks, okay, if we target 80 marks, so at least we can get around 75 plus. Okay, so see, the cutoff is 67, but we have to get target a little bit, we have to target a more. Okay, so let's like move ahead of the discussion. So we for here, how the approach of us in the preparation would be, we have to get through the basic, that is like the three things we should understand. One here, three things we have to understood. The first is how much we have to prepare, that is cutoff. How, if we are preparing for the exam, if we are preparing for the examination, we should understand one thing, how much we have to prepare, how much effort needed for this subject, particularly this subject. Okay, second thing would be a syllabus, okay. So syllabus, basically you have to understand how the questions are getting framed, in how much weightage for the which content, which part of the subject. So that is the syllabus, and the first part is what, it is the cutoff. The third part would be a previous year question. See, when you are going in a war, you should understand one thing, that how the your enemy has like defeated the other enemy in the earlier, in the past, how they have defeated. So you have to understand how the questions are getting framed in the last some couple of years, so that it would be easy for you to solve the in the to solve or practice. If you practice those things, at least these type of question can come, so you can easily make through the in the examination. Okay, so the first thing we have to, and we have already understood, कि a 67 marks is needed, but you, the for Shashi sir student would be have to get through a minimum 80 marks, like 80 to 80 marks we have to get. Okay, so we have to get through 80 marks, we have to get through 80. It is not the 67 we have to get it, but we have to get at least 2-3 more questions, so that we comfortably clearing the prelims. And when the exam, when the result is about to cover, so you are knowing on the day itself that you are getting marks, you are clearing the prelims. So cutoff, syllabus, and PYQ. So we have understood about the cutoff, and then we'll discuss about the syllabus. Okay, the second part of the discussion would be a syllabus. So in the core, we'll break down the core pillar of the syllabus. So let's see. Here we see quantitative aptitude. When we are seeing the quantitative aptitude, it is a bit basically a mathematics. Basically a mathematics. Okay, so see, there are so many students, they might have a like fear, like worry about the mathematics is a tough, they haven't studied after 10th. But we have to understand one thing, that is a very basic thing. We do not have to worry about the mathematics. We have to understand key number systems, percentage, profit loss, these are several topics in the focus area for the mathematics. And you know, don't have to worry about mathematics part, because we have to just see, we have to clear a 67. Okay, we have to clear a 67. So our focus should not be like if you're getting stuck in some topic, leave it. we have to focus. Our focus is just to clear a CSAT paper at any cost. We have to write a mains, and we don't want that a single subject just waste our one attempt. Okay, so if we find any like a little topic, a small topic are difficult, we have to will leave, no problem. For other, if anybody liking those topics, have to solve. Okay, so syllabus in talking about syllabus, we have understood that one part of the syllabus is a mathematics. The second part is what is a reasoning. Okay, logical reasoning. So and third part is what it is a reading comprehension. Okay, however, in the reading comprehension, if we see the paper of 2026, in the 2026 paper, we have seen the comprehension pattern has been changed. Like they are asking the communication skill also. Okay, so in the case of reading comprehension, we have understood not exactly not all question 27 there used to be like 27 question has to become every time. There are fixed that 27, 28 question used to come, but in the last year, like in the 2026 itself, it has been seen that there are several questions on communication skills. So that was the first time that communication skills question also came in the examination. Okay, so we have to get through that also. That part of the syllabus we will also discuss. And here that is a logical reasoning. The logical reasoning, syllogism, blood relation, sitting arrangement, coding, decoding, and puzzles. So we are seeing one thing more, that is we are seeing around 35 to 40 question would be on what quantitative aptitude. Around 35 to 40 question are on the quantitative aptitude, but 20 to 25 question is on logical reasoning. Okay, and again 25 to 30 range we have a reading comprehension. So this is a breakdown of our syllabus, which says there would be 30 to 35 question on the mathematics. See, don't take mathematics as like on a the mathematics would be very tough. See, call as a quantitative aptitude. It's a quantity aptitude. Then we have a logical reasoning question. We have seen the blood relation question that there was a girl who says who saw a photo and says he is the mother of mine, and like a blood relation type question. If you have given any competitive exam, we have seen those questions. Okay, then coding, decoding, like A B C D, your coding itself in the examination used to come. Then we have several like the puzzle based question for like in the case of quantity aptitude, we have a profit loss, time and work. There are several. So we'll also discuss the syllabus part in the this class also only. Okay, so we have discussed one thing, that is cutoff. We have to get through the 67 marks, and then we have also discussed about the syllabus. So it was like we have just break down the syllabus, but we'll see how the syllabus, like major part of the syllabus, like each and every topic we have seen these the syllabus the images showing in the syllabus is discussing. We have saw in the last 15 years of the previous question that these are questions exactly coming, because if we talk about the UPSC syllabus for the CSAT, they haven't said anything about the CSAT syllabus. They have just simply it would be mental ability, and it would be reasoning and the comprehension and the aptitude. But what kind of aptitude level, at which level, at 10th level, at 10th level they have said in the examination, but we are seeing that several question which also come at the 12th level also, or like at level also. But we have to get through we have to get through a basic, a minimal 67. That is our only motto for the CSAT preparation. Okay, but for our student have to get to 80. Okay, a target, you have to target a higher target. You should target for a higher marks. Okay, so talking about CSAT, if we are seeing like we'll discuss about the overview of the overview for the syllabus for the CSAT subject. So in the CSAT subject, if we understand one thing, like there is a reasoning, there is a mathematics. Okay, so reasoning, mathematics, we have discussed earlier also. In the reasoning, we'll see 25 to 30 question. In the 35 to 40 question, we are getting for the mathematics type question. And in case of English comprehension, we are seeing around 32 like 25 to 30 question. Okay, so let's discuss about the reasoning. See, the first part of the syllabus is what? It is a direction. Okay, it is a what? It is a direction. Okay, so even you need a good direction in your preparation so that you clear the exam in an earlier attempt only. So give me a second. Okay, all right. So talking about in reasoning, the first chapter of the your reasoning would is a direction. Okay, Then we have what? Then we have a inequality and data sufficiency. Talking about first direction, if we have seen the like, today the first session of the class will discuss fully for the topic related to this syllabus. We will break down the syllabus. Okay, so we will be breaking down the syllabus, each and every part of the syllabus. So we have understood there are mathematics, there is a reasoning, and there is a one more thing, that is English comprehension or comprehension part, and communication skill, which is also a part of your English. Okay, can you tell, like, can you comment or in sections, like, how many questions come in the examination for CSAT? Okay, great. 80 questions. How each question carry which, how many marks? 2.5 marks. Okay, and total would be 200 marks. And how much marks we have to secure to get through the prelims for the CSAT? Like 67. If you get more than 67, you will definitely clearing the prelims of CSAT part. Then your GS1 marks will be counting. And what about, like, how much our student used to get? They have to get to at least 80, because if you're getting 80 on the day, on the after giving the exam itself, the day you are knowing that you are getting through the prelims and you are writing the of that year. Okay, so for the reasoning, the syllabus we are discussing, and and how many questions for the reasoning used to come? How many questions? Around 25 to 30. 25 to 30 questions used to come for reasoning. So in the reasoning, we have a direction, we have a inequality and data insufficiency. For direction, everybody knows, like, there was a Ram, there was a Ram who he traveled from he there was a man whose name is Ram. He went traveling 2 kilometers in the north and taken a left and went to again to a 2 kilometer, and then again take a right, and then moved to a, like, again went to a 5 kilometer and taken right. It is like this only. So in the direction, you have to, in the they would give a basic, they want to check your mental ability in the real examination, how you are able to judge. So you have to, there are direction questions used to come in the CSAT paper. Okay, there is inequality and data insufficiency. So these questions, they have been a new trend in the last 4 to 5 years, after basically after 2021. See, when I will be discussing later also, which till which year of previous question we have to solve, and how many questions we have to solve for this particular this subjects. But this thing will also be seen. कि data inequality or data insufficiency has been a new trend of the UPSC for the CSAT. Like, it has been seen in a 2000 after 2020, like 2020 21 trends. Before 2018, there was a different pattern. Okay, like, if we'll see also, like, if we see UPSC 2011 to 2000, I'll say around 19. This was a definitely a different pattern of the asking their question in the examination for CSAT. But after 2020, like after 2020 till 2026, the pattern is almost like a, like, I'm saying, always a one step ahead. Because in 2021, how was the examination? The 2020 was even a more tougher for CSAT section. 2023, like there was a toughest decade paper for the CSAT. 24 was a little bit like low, on a lower side. 25 also on some, like, on a similar line. 26 again a different approach for the CSAT they wanted. So we have seen a different pattern for the, like, 2011 to 2019, but in case of 2020 to 2026, we have seen a different pattern. So when you are solving the previous question before 2019, you have to make sure that is a different approach we needed. But before 2021, we have seen a different approach. And when we are saying before 2020, like after 2021 to like 22, 23, 24, in these year, the data insufficiency question has been asked, like, severely. They have asked so many questions on the data insufficiency. So what do you mean by data insufficiency pattern? This they generally ask, they used to give a question, one question, that is statement one. Then they are giving statement two, another question, and they are asking for statement one, for statement two. Then they were giving conclusion one, like conclusion one and conclusion two. Okay, so they are giving conclusion one and conclusion two. It means what? They are asking one statement, they're giving statement two, and they are asking which statement is sufficient to answer this question. So why this type of question can generally become difficult? Because in CSAT, our CSAT is not as similar to the CSAT of SSC CGL. The people who have prepared for other government exams, for like SSC CGL, banking exams, they understand the like mathematics. They want they were in the case of SSC examination, or in case of banking, generally, I'm saying generally, there are given options 1, 2, 3, 4. So like if they asking any questions, they would give 40, 50. What will tell me the answer? So they suppose the answer is B, suppose the answer is C. But they have in answer there are several digits in the examination. They are giving several digits. But here in our case, we are not having like in this option A, B, C, D. We don't. There are very less questions you have seen like 40, 50 digit. There would be always like it would be a statement one is sufficient or not statement, like they want a conclusive mindset, they want a mental ability mindset. Okay, so they want the people who have a good analytical skill, they can understand. Okay, you will also be seeing the like this variable in options. We will be seeing those questions in the examination, so you will be seeing the different question for the examination also in the examination. Okay, so now let's move to the coding and decoding. See, this is the first session for the class, and in the first session, I will like I personally wanted that my student should understand one thing, that is a syllabus. First, we have understood. Tell me, like first we have understood cutoff, then we have understood what? Then we have understood syllabus. Now we have not understood. We are understanding. Okay, and then we'll also see previous year question and how previous year question till which year we have to solve, how we have to move ahead, and how what would be approach of our during the preparation. Okay, and then we have a coding decoding. Okay, so the coding decoding is a very easy type of question usually come. So coding decoding means what? For example, A, B, C, D. So they are plotting like 1, 2, 3, 4. So they are comparing with the D with something. So for example, here we have for E, F, G, H. So for okay, so for we have to see one thing, like what are the increment level. For example, here we have increment level 4, like okay. So from like if I'm giving A, B, C, D, and here suppose in case of H, they are giving question mark, they are giving question mark. So what would be the in case of H? Like if we have question mark, so we are knowing might be there would be H. The reason, because in every, like in A, B, C, D, in every there is an increment of 4. So sometimes they can give increment of 4, they can increment of plus 1, like plus 2, like might be also plus 1 minus 1 plus 1 minus 1 plus 1 minus 1. So they might ask this type of a question for the examination also, like plus 1 minus 1 plus 1. So that is the coding decoding. However, we have seen a two or more than two question generally used to come in the examination. We have seen even in 2026 also, in 2025, approximately every year around the, like we are seeing some coding decoding questions. Okay, I must say one thing, that is in case of the CSAT preparation, the reasoning is a very reasoning is a very easy context. So we, if you are preparing well for the reasoning part, we are preparing well for the some basic part of the mathematics. Because see, several students have like worry about the mathematics. They have a doubt on their self whether I would able to do mathematics part or not. So, but we have to understand, if we do like reasoning well, we do English well, we are like we can get through the paper. Okay, then we have a syllogism means like they even also here statement 1, 2 they used to give. So they'll say all cat or a dog, all dog or a cat. So then they will give a conclusion. Okay, then they give a conclusion 1, conclusion 2. So they will say the statement 1 is sufficient or not, statement 2 is sufficient or not. So again, see, you are getting like syllogism, the question on the syllogism, but the context is data inefficiency inequalities. Okay, even the inequality context, we have seen the questions related to A is greater than B, B is greater than C, B is greater than, like less than D but greater than A. So they have a chronological order question used to come in examination. So that type of question also used to come in the examination. Then we have a data sufficiency that we have already discussed. Okay, then we have a ranking questions. Ranking question used to what? Sita is taller than Gita, then uh, like Ram is greater, Ram is shorter than Lakshman. Like Sam is the tallest of among, who is shorter among, like these type of question. So we have seen like in the ranking also these type of generally used to come in the examination. And in case of ranking, for example, they used to give like if I'll say I'll take like x has scored 10 marks more than the y but less than the 5 marks than the z. So these type of questions generally come like if you'll say a ranking based question, a ranking, that is a chronology. You need to make a chronology, you need to make a chronology. Okay, so like you need to have like a has scored 10 marks than the B. So B is less than, but has got the highest marks. So you have to see C is the one who got the highest marks. So this type of generally question used to come in the examination, and that is the part of the ranking. Okay. So I'm just telling for the first class, we are like understanding every chapters, how the questions are getting questioned, what are the topic to understand in the examination. Okay. Then we have a sitting arrangement. Okay. Sitting arrangement, just a second, let me clear the part that we have written. I hope you are understanding. Please make sure while sitting in the class, for like when you are studying the class, at least make sure you are like going through the class in a one go. When you are sitting, make sure you have a table, you have a like your chair, because studying is require a environment, and if you're good environment, you can definitely have a good mindset for the preparation. Okay, so it is not like you're watching a movie or like sitting somewhere. Okay, okay. So we have discussed about ranking. Then we'll discuss about sitting arrangement. Sitting arrangement is basically what like sitting arrangement is what might be like there are six people. They will say ki they are sitting in a circular table. So for example, the person is sitting here, one person is sitting here. So who is between those? For like if A is sitting here, B is sitting here, D is sitting. They will ask E is sitting left of D, but not E. So these type of question that is generally seen as a sitting arrangement. Okay. So sitting arrangement question would also be seen in the previous year questions, and that is also part of our syllabus. See, syllabus is not given clearly, but we are like in the last 15-year questions, we have seen these type of questions coming in the examination. Then we have like sequence and series. Like there are several words to be written incorrect, like later I written incorrect. Okay. So like we have a like some missing term, that is basically a missing term. Missing term. So basically missing term means what? For example, they are giving 24, like 26, 28. Tell me what would be the next. You say okay 30. Let me ask you one more. Like 1, 3, 5, 7. Like just 10, 11. Okay, 13. Tell me what would be here. So you have seen like 1 is a prime number, everybody know. Okay, then we have a 3, a 5, 7, 11, 13. So if you understand 9 is a odd number but not a prime number. Okay, so here we have a 15, we have a 17. Okay, so can it here it will be 15? No, the reason is what? 15 is a odd number but not a prime. The series is of a prime number. The series is what? It is a prime number series. Okay, the series is a prime number series. But if I'll write like this, like an odd sequence, like 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, tell me, it would be 16, 18. So like this, a series based question usually come in the examination, but it is not a simple like as I said, but you will see how the question getting in the examination. So missing term is a type of a question usually come in the examination. Okay. Then we have some like like we have a B C, like there are several other type of the missing term used to come in the examination. Okay. Let's discuss about the number system, like mathematics portion. We have discussed about the reasoning part. The part we have discussed about reasoning part, how the questions are getting in the reasoning. But now we have to discuss the syllabus of mathematics, that is aptitude. Okay, if you are fear about mathematics, don't call a mathematics, call a quantitative aptitude. Now it is easy. Yes. Okay. So we have a number system. Then we have a number system. Talking about number system, I must say around 8 to 9 questions generally come for the number system in the examination. every year. Like 2023 was the year where around, I'll say, more than 10 also question have been seen for the number system. Okay, so this is the mostest important question syllabus, like important chapter for the examination from mathematics. Okay, don't call a mathematics, call a quantitative aptitude. Then we have a several question for the, like we have seen the question from average. Average is what, like we have seen in the school also. We have a six subjects. Okay, so we have a six subjects. We used to get 100. We have a like total marks for the each subject. So out of 600, out of 500, like in like CBSE, we have a 500 marks in the 10th. So if in the 500 marks, if we have to score, like if you're getting 90, we have to score 450. If we have to 80%, 400 marks. Okay, so we are getting what we are doing. How you are knowing that you are getting 80%? Like you have cumulative, your cumulative of the each marks that you have got in each subject. Okay, your cumulative of each subjects. So that is average. So if we understand you are got a like for 400 marks, that is 80%. So I must say that you have got around 80 marks in each subject. So that is the average. But in some subject you have got 85 also, and 92 also. But in some subject you got less than like 80 also, like 75, 73. But that is cumulative, you got 80%. That is the average. Okay. So we have to study average also. Then we have a percentage. Then we have a profit and loss. Okay. Just a second. So we have a number system, we have a average, then we have a percentage and profit and loss. So percentage is what? Percentage, like I said, 80%. So we have to study about the percentage also. In the percentage, then we have a profit and loss. Like these are all the schools level subjects, like 8, 9, 10 we have discussed. So we have, and you have already studied. So profit and loss we have, then we have a ratio and mixtures. Then we, okay, in case of ratio and mixture, it means what, like 11 like some there are water. If you add in milk, how what will the proportion? So it is a proportional type of a question used to come. Then we have a linear equation. Okay, so linear equation question asked in 2000, like in, I think 26 also they have asked. So we have seen linear equation question. Talking about the ratio and mixture, in the 2026 they have also asked for 26, like one question on ratio and mixture. Then we have a simple interest and compound interest. Not like in UPSC, we haven't seen so many questions on compound interest, but we have to study it. But simple interest, there are several questions we have seen. Like, but these questions, if we able to see, this was the trend of 2011 to 19, but not the trend of 2020 to 26. But trend can be changed. We never know. We have to study. Then we have a LCM HCF. Okay. Then we have LCM HCF. Then we have several question on the sets. Okay, talking about LCM HCF, we have seen the question in the case of LCM HCF. We have seen in LCM HCF the question is on based of the calendar also. For example, we know LCM is what? It is a for example, LCM is what? When we see like for example, a person X is coming on Monday, a person coming. A person X coming on Monday, okay, a person Y coming on Tuesday, a person like Z is coming on Wednesday. Every Monday, every Tuesday, and every Wednesday they used to come like in a pool, or okay. So like every alternative. So how it can be, like if any day used to become, like when there would be a common time for, like common time for these three people. So we can go for a LCM. Okay. So LCM and HCF, these are the like two subjects, like two topics which would come in the examination. But in here, if you will see one thing more, here they're linking this topic with the calendars. Okay. So however, we'll see in the like we'll see when we'll solve those questions. Okay. When we solve those questions, we'll see also. So LCM HCF. Then we have a permutation combination. Okay. So talking about permutation combination, in 2023 you will see a lot of question on permutation combination, and I must say, like permutation combination, like they are the toughest in the 2023. Okay, because nobody was prepared. Now if you're able to one thing, people are preparing for CSAT from the starting itself. When they join classes, they prepare CSAT like first day only. But because there are several trend, people have like will start in February, will start in March. That is not. You have to get through the part before when you're taking classes, that you complete your CSAT like other subject. Because if this subject get you ruined in the real examination, then 1 year is getting a waste. Okay, this is not a good decision to be if you're preparing for the examination. So permutation combination, that is a that is also a very good topic, and usually there have been seen around the 2-3 question every year, and in 2023 there are more than 4-5 questions. Okay, then again, data interpretation, we have data interpretation questions. Sequence and series, again we have seen the sequence series is similar, a kind of this missing term, that is a sequence and series. Okay, then we have a calendar and clock. So we have some question on the calendar. We have seen the question on calendar and clock, but I'll say in the case of calendar, we have seen the calendar questions are getting linked with the LCMS here. Okay, so we have seen those questions. Work and time it is, and time and distance. And there are geometry related question. There are like cube related question. We have seen painted or not. So there are, we have seen several more questions in that also, that topic. Okay, so that was the whole topic that we have discussed. The syllabus we have discussed. Now we'll see some a little bit question for the examination that I have asked. Okay, before talking about this, let me summarize what we have discussed till yet. Okay, let me discuss. So we, the first thing, the checklist. So we have to understand one thing, that is cut off. Okay, the one thing that we have to understand, that is cut off. Then we have seen syllabus. Okay, then we have seen syllabus. Now we have to see page. Then we will see books. What books to be followed up for the CSAT? Okay, so yes, we have discussed. Okay, so we have discussed the cutoff. We have discussed the cutoff part. Okay, we have discussed the cutoff, that we have to get through a 67 marks for this. Okay, we have to get a 67 marks. We have to get a 67 marks for the examination. Syllabus we have understood. In case of syllabus, we have seen we have a quantitative aptitude, we have a reasoning. Okay, then we have what? Our comprehension. Okay, we have seen here around like 35 to 40 questions, here around 25 questions, like here again 25 to 30 questions. Okay. So now we'll see like even we have understood what are the topics we have to study in like quantitative aptitude, what are the topics we have to study in the reasoning, and what are the topics we have to study in the case of comprehension. Like what comprehension is basically a passage, and you have to understand what is the assumption of the like passage, what is the inference, what is the conclusion of this passage. Okay, now we'll see some books, what books to be followed. So basically I must say, in the case of books, I'll say here the PYQ role is more important. Okay, in case of books, I must say that here a PYQ role is more important, because if we are taking the class, so when you like, let me clear how the classes would be going to be conducted. So I'll be, that is a recording session you are watching. Okay, you might be watching recording session. So after this, what you have to take class, you have to take class thoroughly, what we discuss in the classes, what I am teaching in the class, those questions you the concept I will be discussing in the class. So first is the concept that I'm going to be discussing. First the question, second the question that I'm taking in the class. Okay, and third I would be like there would be several questions to be uploaded on the uploaded for the practice. That would be practice sheet also. So if you are preparing for the, like if you are going to the class notes, then you are solving questions on the class itself, you are several sheets also, then you are at a certain level. Now you are going, you have, if you have a time, again, and the context is like, if you have a time, then go for some books, because see, this book is one of the like this book is a very like this of RS Agrawal. This is very famous book for the preparation for the like for UPSC, for other government exams also. So RS Agrawal is very famous, and even if I'm saying, if you have a like if you have the people from background of engineering background student. So if you find this key, this is a very easy question you're getting, so you can go for like this CAT preparation books. See, that is also, this book does not require for like you don't have to take a CAT basically Arun Sharma books. But if you're getting a PDF, get at least easiest question to be solved at like in 2-3 hours, that you are like your mindset have understood. If you want to understand that topic more, you want that you want to clear that topic of more little bit, so you can go for some easiest question from this book. Don't try to buy don't try to buy these books, okay. Don't try to buy these two books, but make sure that you are at least having this PDF, so that it will be easy for you to solve in the examination, okay. Because if you are having like, it will be practice, if you are practicing from a good book, your like solving skill, your capability will be increased, okay. So if time permits, do have a PDF, at least a PDF. Don't buy a book, at least have a PDF if you're getting somewhere. Like, so it will be easy if you have a time. Like if you're preparing for, you have a time of 2 year, 3 year. So if you are in graduation, you have to make practice more questions. Okay. However, this book, like mm, fast track objective arithmetic book. This book is also like I have seen the like I have follow also this book. This is also a good book for the preparation for the subject. Okay, for the CSAT subject. So we have discussed about books. We have discussed about the books. We have discussed the syllabus. We have discussed about the cutoff. Now we have to discuss about some. Now we'll see some PYQ also. Okay. See, talking about PYQ, why I'm approaching more to PYQ. See, if we able to say about 80 questions, so I'm saying if we get to understand there are several questions in the reasoning, they are getting repeated, or their types are repeating, or in the examination the same pattern of the question are getting asked. So your mindset should be like you have to solve those questions at least first. Okay, at least first you are solving those questions. Okay, so if we sing this the reminder based question, okay, here again we have a they are asking reminder. uh, Again this is a reminder, like it is a unit digit like reminder based question, okay. Here again a unit digit based question, that is a number system. So I'm saying these all questions are related to what? These are the numbers system based question, these all four, and these are like in the different year they have asked this type of question. So they have number system is like we have seen this question of number system. Don't try to solve like you are just don't have to try this question now only. We'll see in the couple of classes that how the questions are getting framed, and we will be practicing those questions, okay, in the class itself. And we will also giving some more question for practice. Okay, so you have seen this four question. These are number system course. But all the question are here and by related to reminder or like digit based method. We'll see some more question. Okay. Uh, okay. Here again we have what is the reminder when this number divided by 100. What is the reminder when this like 51 into 27 into 35 into 62 into 75 is divided by what? 100. What is the reminder? Again this like 1261 divided by 100. So have you seen like these all three questions are a different year questions? Like I don't like, I think this is one in 2021 or 2020. This is 2023 question. Okay, so we have seen like these like 2022 question. This one is 1261. So these three questions have seen like in the different year, but the pattern of the question is it is a similar on a similar line. So first thing when you're preparing, at least you should know how the reminder type of question used to come, and first you should make at least reminder question should not be wrong in the examination. Okay, so we have to get through this, like we have to solve the PYQ. So I think you are getting the importance of PYQ, previous year question. Why I used to say previous year question is important. Okay. Here again, this question is what? A similar type of question, or like division based, a 3-digit number is given in the format of x, x, y, x, y, z. So again, the format is same, and the ask type of question, the pattern of the question is generally a same, and this again is topic of number system. Again here if you'll see this question number 4, this question and this question, this all three question is what? It is the permutation and combination, or permutation and combination based question. Okay. And if you like those if you see the question of 2017 question, 2019 question, and again this type of question asking in 2023. So means what? The pattern of the asking question, the syllabus, if the syllabus is same, so the pattern of asking question, they might be here and there, or like a little bit of 19 or 20, but a similar kind of you'll getting the question. Okay, again see, just take a like 20 second and see these two four questions. You will be understanding more. Okay, just take 20 second and see these four questions. Take your time. Read 20. Take a 30 second. Okay. So you have seen these four question, but let me like see you. All these four question are on the base one basis, that is asking a digit format. Like GHI is what this, and you have to what is ABC, what is the arithmetic of all. So you have to find what is PQR. So if you get here like crux is what you have to get through PQR. What are these three numbers? What is the three variable and what they stand for? If you get, you have to like add. Here again is what you have to get a difference between the A and D. So if you are knowing A and D, you have to get difference. Here is what you have to just what is you have to know what is ABC is equal to what. So if you're knowing ABC, so again you have to get here again you have to get through a value of P, R, if and then Q, and then you have to just put in this equation. You have to just put into a equation. Okay, so you have to put in this equation. So here we have seen that is these all four question is on a similar line. Okay, so why I'm showing you so much question of previous year question like two dates in the first time itself. Your mind should be like understand that you are in a race, and you are like you know how, which track you have to run, and you are on a right track, so that you can be on a right track and you can get through the prelims in your like earlier attempt only. Okay. Before thank you, let me like summarize for the class that we have discussed. Before taking your thank you, okay. So see the let me take a recap for you. So talking about first thing that we have seen cutoff. Okay. So we want to get through 67, but are the 67 student have to get through a 80? Yes, 67 plus. Okay. Again, the second part is what? A syllabus. We have seen a syllabus. So syllabus is what? We have quantitative aptitude, we have a reasoning, then we have a comprehension. Okay. Then is what? We have a cutoff, we have a cutoff, we have a syllabus. The first priority is what cutoff to understand. We have understand the syllabus. The third is what? Previous year question. Okay. So talking about previous question, till where we have to get through the previous year question. So before taking the second class, make sure that everybody who is watching the class, make sure to get to get print out of all of all PYQ of CSAT from print out of all PYQ of CSAT. But what original question from the original question paper from UPSC website. Okay. So you have to get the preview printout of all previous year question of CSAT, original question paper of UPSC CSAT from 2000. 2011 till 2026. Okay, and make sure that you take a like one side only, because if you are preparing in the English medium, you should take only English medium paper. Okay, so from 2011 2026 2026 you have take a question paper to get the original printout on your decks. And the syllabus, the syllabus I have taken, take a screenshot. I will also sharing this syllabus also, and that also on the your study table. Okay, so you have to take a cutoff. You have to get through like cutoff. You have to see cutoff. We have seen our syllabus. We understood. Print out all the previous question of 2011 to till 2026. Okay, so that we have discussed, and then we have discussed some books also. Okay. So we have seen, we have discussed which books we have to take if time get permits. Okay. Talking about like how we will be going to the classes. In the classes, we'll have a conceptual clarity. We'll take a concept first, then we'll discuss some questions. Question discuss in the class. Question discuss in class. Discuss in class. Third, it is what you have practice question at home. Question at home. Okay, then you have to these three things at least 2-3 times, then solving. Solving what? Test paper. So then you have to take a test paper, then taking all these four like concept, solving these two test paper, and these doing these things 2-3 times. Okay, if you're doing these things 2-3 times, so you have to get through. If you, for example, when you're solving so many test papers, so if you are getting question wrong, if your question getting wrong, so what you have to do, we have to add here like in your concept book, that this type of question asked in that test paper, we have to add, you have to add this concept in your concept books, like concept. Okay, and make sure that is make some like a small notebook for mistake book. For mistake book, book is what, like those questions which were getting wrong in the test paper, write those questions in a mistake. Okay, so if you're doing this thing, I'll make pretty much sure that you're able to get through 67 marks, and I'm pretty much sure you will be able to do justice to your preparation, and you'll be clearing the prelims. See, practically if you talk about, the paper is a easy one and not so much hard, because if you'll see out of 80 questions out of 80 questions, if we get through like English question, we have a reasoning, we have a mathematics. So don't do like don't write a mathematics. It is a what? It is a QA, quantity aptitude. So if we conclude all these questions, so can we is able to get out of these 80 questions, 45 to 50 questions? See, we don't have to solve all the question in the examination. We have to just get through the 67, more than 67. But we have to make sure about like out of 80, if we got a question paper, if we start like solving, we have to go through this question. So if we tick mark, if we mark like this is mine question, this is mine question, this is mine question, this is mine question. So if you're targeting around a 45 to 50 question, if you're targeting 45 to 50 question, then it will be definitely you can get through like a correct around 37 to 38 question. Okay, so I'm saying if you're solving previous question papers thoroughly, if you're solving so many practice questions, if you're giving like a test also, so lot of test also, then you can definitely get in the real examination. You will mark 40 to 50 question that this is my area, this is my best questions I can do. And if you mark and if you get out of those 30 to 38 question correct in the examination, then you have already did. Then you are getting 67 plus. Nobody can stop you clearing things. Okay, so it means what we don't have to do we don't have to neglect any subject, whether English, whether reasoning, or quantity aptitude. We don't have to even neglect any topic also. The reason, because even the easiest question can come in the examination, which you can solve in within a 10 second, 15 second. So we have to thoroughly do all this all the topic, all the subjects, but at last, in the real examination, we have to make sure that we don't have to go for every question. We go for only those questions which we have prepared in the class. We actually have it prepared in the test paper while discussing at home, while practicing at the home itself. Okay, so we have to make sure that these are the eye of the fish when Arjun, like, when Krishna asked for like what you were able to see. He said, Arjuna said, I'm able to see only the eye of the fish. So we have to be a bird view. We have to get a bird view approach. So this that we have discussed like in the last 5 minutes, that is a bird view approach for the preparation. Okay, for the CSAT. So this would be our approach for the exam, for these subjects. So we'll be starting in the next classes. We'll be going to start with the further approach and further subject. Okay, like for the topic, we'll be taking the next classes. And then this was the first class, and we have taken the just approach, how we have to go. So the for CSAT, we need a bird eye approach. Okay, we need a bird eye. Okay, bird eye approach. So the last thing that I wanted to tell you, thank you. Okay, so hope you have understood the first class. I will be taking your CSAT. Please do practice at home, do study well, and come when you're watching class, make sure you watch at a one go. Okay. So thank you. Have a good day. Thank you.